Got vision and destiny. Add elemental, that's chemistry. All those heroes, that's infinity. It's endgame, that's
Yugi peoples, welcome to my undefeated in Swiss and top cut first place Konami Charity Event hero deck. Yeah, so at Primal Cards and Collectables out in Fort Worth, Texas, we had the charity event, where you get the star chips during Swiss. And then, they blessed us with Top Cut as well, where we got additional prizing. So during Swiss, I got like 8 OTS 18 packs. I pulled a secret, not a secret, but I pulled the OT Ecclesia. And then we proceeded to Top Cut, where I proceeded to win out and, got a box of Valiant Smashers. I think like 4 or 5 more OTS 18 packs and some, what was the other ones? I got some other packs too. I can't remember exactly what they were. But yeah, we won a lot of stuff that day, and we did it in the Rogue format, the Heart of the Underdog format tournament, because it happened to fall on a Friday. So, shout out to them for, doing a pretty good job with the ban list, just with any custom ban list, just like with, a regular ban list, we're going to have our complaints and such. So keep in mind during this deck profile that Fusion Destiny is banned for heroes. Dark Law, which essentially makes Mass Change banned, and then also Dark Angel is banned. You can play Plasma. He's not as powerful with Fusion Destiny gone, though. He just didn't really seem all that great most of the time. The one time I summoned him ended up being like a big play mistake, and then what's the other thing? Yeah, so, no Mass Hero Blast, no Dark Laws and such, so, that can make it a little bit more difficult, but we'll go ahead and start off with the deck. I decided to run it 45 cards so that I could fit in, 12 really good hand traps. And yeah, I didn't really want to play any going second cards. I really wanted to play hand traps because I was a little concerned about Centurion. Like, it just came out, and usually with our custom, with the Heart of the Underdog format tournament, when the stuff first comes out, they don't know exactly what to hit until it gets played, but they do allow it. So I was a little bit worried about Centurions and them Calamity me. And then also, like, in this format, the Horus stuff is really, really strong. I think they tried putting them all to one, or no, they put one of them to one or banned them or something like that. But M. Seti is just like really, really good because he searches the sarcophagus and he allows them to draw a card. So, I did have to tech a little bit to play against Centurion and to be able to play against the Horus decks, because like almost all of them were just throwing it off in there. Tearlament Horus. We had Volcanic Horus. There was, what's the other one? Trishna Horus. It's like anything that you could mix with Horus and try to play it, they were doing it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into the deck profile. 45 cards. We'll start off with our elemental heroes first. Of course, our boy Stratos to lead off the team, followed by OG Neos, boy Graceful Charity, Spirit of Neos, and Shadow Mist. All right, so yeah, I only ended up playing 2 Stratos. Typically in these kind of strategies, you want to see 3, which I wish I had played 3, and I'll tell you the reason why. But yeah, we have 2 of those off in there. Then OG Neos, of course, we need him to make our upgraded version of this guy, Super Saiyan version of this guy. So yeah. And then we have our Graceful Charity, our Spirit of Neos, and Shadow Mist, a bunch of one-of heroes. So let me explain the reason for Spirit of Neos, because he's not usually inside of, hero decks, because typically going first, he's not very good. You have to open up other very specific cards in order for him to be useful. And the most specific card of those are not searchable. Like Crosskeeper, we can't really search that one unless we draw a Rhoda, another one of. And then the In Shuffle is not searchable to get him out onto the board, but he can search it himself. So, it makes this card a little underpowered, I believe, especially like going first, because his hand trap effect, is only good during the battle phase, and you just got to hope they haven't put up any negates by the time they, go to attack. But in this format, like I said, the what's his name is banned. Dark Law is banned, so I didn't play Mass Change at all inside of the deck. And as you know, like at the end of our combo during the end phase, we like to use DPE and wake up your elemental hero to special summon out the Shadow Mist and use Shadow Mist to go grab Mass Change. Well, without that combo available for me, what I decided to do instead was run the Spirit of Neos. So, you know, actually you have to do this during the man phase. So, you know, it kind of hurt. It would kind of suck if you get nibbed at that point. But, you know, you use DPE, pop the wake up your elemental hero, special summon out Spirit of Neos, and then we were playing Protection of the Elements, which turned out to be really, really good. I negated a bunch of evenly matches because evenly match is like really good inside of this format. You know, yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, so that was their main reasoning behind Spirit of Neos. Luckily, you know, one of the things I said is that it plays really hard into nib, because if they nib you when you activate DPE's effect, you know, you basically just lose out on your DPE. But I also, since I couldn't play Mass Change, I included 2 of another card, which actually I ended up using almost every single time to bring him out instead. So I never had to do the wake up your elemental hero combo, which means like most of the time I was holding Miracle Fusion inside of my hand. I never had to play it. So yep, those are my elemental heroes. Then my Destiny hero package is a little bit different, you know, considering the way this format pans out. You know, I've known to do this in advanced format as well. When I got, not this regional invite, but when I got my regional invite last year, I did play a very similar build: 3 deniers, 2 Mally, and Plasma. Usually I don't play Plasma in the Rogue format tournaments because for some reason without Fusion Destiny, he feels really hard to get out on the board. So I had never played it, but I really wanted to have something like some kind of floodgate or something to get him off in there. And I think like the one time I did actually summon him, it turned out really, really bad. So, you know, probably in the future I will cut this card, probably be the 3rd Stratos. And, you know, like I said, I will let y'all know the reason why. But yeah, we played 3 Denier, 2 Mally, 1 Plasma. Even though Plasma, I don't know, like without Fusion Destiny, I just didn't feel like it was all that good. But I did, you know, like I said, if y'all are familiar with my full combo hero deck, you know, where I kind of focus on being able to draw Vision Hero Ferris with one of these guys so that I can make my first search polymerization so I don't get hit too hard by Droll and Lockbird without already having my poly in hand first, you know, and that was the idea behind this. Droll really relevant inside of this format. So, you know, a lot of times I wanted to be able to start off with Ferris and pitch one of these guys and make my first search poly. That way I can make sure I get DPE out on this board. As you know, DPE really good, you know, in advanced format. So he's even better inside of a rogue format. He's just harder to get out because, you know, you definitely have to hard make him. There's no Fusion Destiny in order to, you know, oh, I got hand trapped a couple of times, let me Fusion Destiny into DPE. Yeah, no, there's none of that. So, you know, just keep that in mind with this build. Don't regret running multiple deniers at all. There was one time where one got banished off of a bestial monster, and I was able to search the other one. Anyway, I was able to search the other one, so it was pretty funny. You know, I feel like, you know, if I run 45 cards, even in advanced format, you know, I love the idea of playing triple denier. I just like it. You know, they're always going to try to hit it with Crow or Bestial or something like that, and having backups with it, there's nothing wrong with it. And, you know, like, I feel like the major advantage to it is, like I said, these guys right here are like the best ones to pitch off of Ferris, because whichever one you didn't draw and pitch, you send the other one with Vion, and then, like I said, you make that first search polymerization. That way you have your DPE out on the board. And then plus, you know, having it like this many, having multiple polymerizations gives you the chance to also just hard draw these cards and just, you know, start off your opening turn by hard making DPE. You know, it happens sometimes. It's a 3-card combo, but, you know, it works. It comes up. So, yeah, that's my Destiny hero lineup right there. And then for my Vision heroes, don't mind the mixed rarities. It's not my main hero deck, so yeah, I have QCR Ferrises. Y'all don't laugh at me. I just didn't do them for the tournament. I didn't want to modify my regular deck. So we have 3 Ferris, of course, 2 Vion, only 1 increase. With 45 cards, I figure like the chance of drawing this 1 increase would be considerably low And, you know, even though I say considerably low, it's like I still took into account that it's going to happen. It happened one time during the entire tournament. I opened up Ferris and Increase, and I was just like, yup, that was pretty bad. I'm pretty sure I ended up losing that game. I might have ended up losing that game, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost that game. But it was the only time it happened during the entire tournament. I don't regret it, having the extra, you know, space for a hand trap or for going second card, you know, just whatever came in, you know, kind of handy there when you're running 45 cards. It's like, just didn't think I would draw it, you know, at all. Like I said, it happened one time. It did cost me the game, but hey, it is what it is. But like, if you play fewer cards, you should definitely run multiple increase right now. It's just one of those things. How do they say? Better to be caught with it. Yeah, so that was my Vision Hero package. And then this is the reason why I kept saying I probably should have run a third Stratos. Crosskeeper, really good extender, good for giving us additional draws. It's just that I don't feel like I ran enough elemental heroes in order to really make this effective. Maybe if I had like the third Stratos, it probably could have made a difference. You know, and I thought that, you know, maybe might draw him, be able to, you know, special summon Spirit of Neos with it. It just never really came up. The one time I had him, it was a dead card because I had him along with Liquid Soldier. And who wants a Crosskeeper into Liquid Soldier? I think that opening hand was like Liquid Soldier, Crosskeeper, Mally, and like some hand traps. And I was like, yeah, none of these cards work together very well at all. So that was those are my monsters. They were off inside of there. And let's go into our spells here. A little bit different. Don't laugh at my mixed rarities. 3, a hero lives. 3 polymerization, mostly because there is no fusion destiny. So, you know, this card becomes even more crucial to being able to play the game. The cards that I replaced Mass Change with, 2 in shuffles. I felt like they would be just as effective. Well, no, not even close to being as effective as Mass Change, because Mass Change allows you to dodge cards like you know, trap cards, Infinite Permanence, Effect Veiler, things and such like that. And without this being quick play, it just doesn't work as well. I feel like if it was quick play, you know, maybe this would have replaced that third Mass Change. Maybe play 1 in shuffle off inside of there, and then it would make Spirit of Neos a little bit more playable. But without this being quick play, like a lot of times what happens is people will have like a bounce effect or some kind of destroy effect, and I'll like, most of the time it would be like me having Stratos out on the board, then I would activate in shuffle and they would get rid of Stratos some kind of way. So yeah, the card's not all that good at all. It's just but I needed it in order for this deck to work the way I wanted it to, so I went ahead and played it. I mean, it was pretty decent. Like I said, most of the times I did end up using this to bring out my Spirit of Neo, so I guess it wasn't all that bad. And then, you know, exit extender play, and then also, since I was playing the in shuffle with the Spirit of Neos, I thought that there might be times where I might, you know, use this to bring him out. So right, and then go Spirit of Neos, effect, add like my Protector of the Elements, of course, shuffle him into the deck to bring out the OG Neos, activate instant contact, bring out Elemental Hero Aqua Neos, rip a card out of their hand, link those off into one of my link monsters, use in shuffle, shuffle Vanilla Neos back into the deck, you know, and then search them with like Inferno Devicer or something like that to, you know, be able to still use him to make my in my Infernal Rage. So yeah, and we got more 1-ofs, Miracle Fusion, Call by the Grave. This card did come up quite a few times. Like, inside the normal hero deck, you know, there's not a lot of extra room space, but having cut the masked heroes, it gave me a little bit of extra space inside of my extra deck. And, you know, even when you're just going our regular combo into making like Infernal Rage and such, because, you know, we always try to use our Vanilla Neos in order to make that, just being able, just hard drawing this card, or, you know, having it in hand, bringing out the Elemental Hero Aqua Neos. We have so many cards that we can pitch because, you know, we draw off a Liquid Soldier, you know, we get the effects of our Destiny Hero monsters. And yeah, there were a couple of times where I was able to use my Denier in hand and just pitch it off our Elemental Aqua Neos and just hit a card out of their hand. I would say like the best 2 times this thing came in handy is that it forced out Nib twice from my opponents, because I started going combo and stuff, and then in the middle of the combo I instant contact, and then it's like crap, like I'm gonna have to nib or I risk losing it, and both times they chose to go ahead and just nib me from there. So yeah, it actually worked out a little bit better than I thought it would. So shout out to YUGIOH for that little tidbit there. Couldn't run the Dolphin. Dolphin is banned because of me inside of our Heart of the Underdog formats now, because I was hand looping for 5. So yeah, they got rid of that. My trap cards, Protector of the Elements, awesome card. It was amazing all day. Even when your opponent has it, when your opponent knows that you have it, they have to be real careful with how they activate their spells and traps. And yeah, you just hit it that one spell and trap that would, blow you out of the game, and it's amazing. Favorite Contact, y'all know what that one does. Amazing card as well. And then for my hand traps, the same basic thing that we run in advanced format. None of the hand traps are banned really inside of the Heart of the Underdog format, except for D-Shifter. I think D-Shifter is like the main one that's just like really banned. But we got 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Veiler, 3 E-Perms. Like I said, don't laugh at my rarities. I know these are, low rarity things, but I just didn't feel like taking my main deck apart to make the deck look amazingly pretty. But yeah, so 12 hand traps worked amazing. They were there for me, backed me up when I got drolled and hand trapped to death and stuff. So, hey, they do what they do. Amazing cards. They helped out a lot. So that was my main deck, a total of 45 cards. The only thing I would probably do, is probably swap out the Plasma for Stratos. Like, just Plasma just never really came up. It just never really did. And like I said, the one time I did, it ended up being a mistake to summon it when I should have just went DPE instead. So yeah, my extra deck, my elemental heroes. Of course, we got our Infernal Rage, Sunrise, Big Chill, Shiny Nails Wingman. Went ham, popping 2 to 3 cards almost every single time he hit the board. Wake Up, OTKing, and then this card was MVPing as well, the Elemental Hero YUGIOH that I was bringing out with instant contact. Like, as long as you, like, during our normal part of our combo, we're always, searching Vanilla Neos. We're using him to make our Infernal Rage. And like I said, having the extra space inside of my extra deck without being able to really play mass heroes, like, I could play them, like, you could play like Anki and Blast and stuff, but I just didn't really see the point in doing that. You could also play, the mass hero acid for your Big Chill, but I was playing to win the game going first without having to activate, cards and such like that. So, but this card came in, like I said, clutch 2 times where it forced out my opponent's nib instead of like waiting to a crucial moment for them to be able to nib me. Forced it out, pretty early, and it helped me, quite a bit. It was actually turned out to be, really, really good, forcing my opponents to nib when they didn't really want to. So yeah, shout out to YUGIOH there. Then my Destiny heroes, of course, Phoenix Enforcer, Dystopia for Tom. Also, in this format, like I said, without being able to play Fusion Destiny, it made like my turns like really weird if I get drolled. So a lot of times I really wanted to be able to make DPE and Dystopia along with Dread Decimator. That way I would also have the pop with Dystopia. There was one time where I tried to win in time with this one, but yeah, my opponent did me correctly to stop that from happening. Yeah, those are those. And then Vision Hero Trinity, rogue format stuff. A lot of times, they like to put their monsters in attack mode. Oh, they're so big, and you just run them over, crush them with Trinity. He did win me 1 game, so shout out to the boy Trinity there. My Link monsters, of course, 2 Crusader who needs to be hollow at some point, Konami. Then we got Dread Decimator, helped me OTK so many times, really, really good. Wonder Driver and Inferno Devicer. All cards very much needed, very much ran. I probably could have ran a second Wonder Driver. A lot of times I really want to have a second Wonder Driver. I just don't end up having room for it. But yep, that was my extra deck there. Then my side deck, pretty basic. A couple more hand traps, nib for decks that, you know, draw might not be as good against. Also, it was a cross out designator target. And then one of the decks I told y'all I was worried about, well, actually, like, this helps me against 2 other decks. Like, I was really concerned about Centurion. Like, I don't know exactly how it works, but I know like quite a few of them have Vision Hero-esque effects. So I decided to run the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbits to counter that. And then also the Sarcophagus card, when they go to, you know, like pitch something in order to be able to send one. Like, I like, it felt like in this format when I lose, it was to horror stuff. So I put these off in there also for the Sarcophagus card, you know, and yeah, they came up against the Centurion stuff. And I think like the times where I was about to get Horus, I actually like had went first and I had like DPE and stuff to go get it. But I think there was one time where I got Horus and I just didn't have the Ghost Ogres in order to stop it. But yeah, that was the main thing for the Ghost Ogres. Like, I wanted to be able to hit Centurion since it was coming new and it hadn't been affected by the list and such, as far as I know. So I just wanted to make sure, you know, I just didn't lose to that deck, and which I didn't. I actually played it in Top Cut. So yeah, he was very angry with me for running that card because I did use it on him. Then for my spells, we got 3 crossout designators, 1 feather duster, double lightning storm, and then, you know, the last of it evenly matched. I wanted to make sure I had like plenty of trap removal, because with so many hand traps that I had inside of the deck, I didn't feel like there needed to be more of them off inside of here. The crossout designator, I was worried about getting nibbed quite a bit, you know, just like any of the hand traps and stuff. So going first in order to keep from, you know, losing out to, you know, things like Droll, even like going second. Sometimes I will leave in crossout designator if I know they're playing like a hand trap heavy deck, such as, you know, Centurion, where they play like 12, 15 hand traps, and, you know, other decks like that. I feel like a lot of people don't like crossout designator going second, but I feel like whether you're going first or second, heroes have a tough time playing through Droll, especially in a format like this where you can't play Fusion Destiny. So I feel like it's better to give myself a chance to stop the Droll from just ending my turn and killing me than to not have it at all. You know, if your opponent's not playing Droll, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But, you know, if they have Droll off in there, you feel like they're playing Droll, it's better to give yourself a chance to cross it out and not just have like your whole deck like go limp, and give yourself a chance to win the game. So that's why I like that. Then back row removal, you know, Altergeist, I got clapped by, you know, some weeks ago when they first came out with the stuff, so I wanted to make sure I had something for them. And then also Trap Tricks, Altergeist, and there was another one. Like, I think Labyrinth. Nobody has played Labyrinth, I think, so I think they might have got hit pretty hard. Oh, it's because all a lot of the floodgates and stuff are gone. There was another reason why I was playing this, but I can't think of it. Oh, Dinomorphia. Like, I think they might have hit it, but like at first that stuff was like really, really crazy inside of this kind of format. Yeah. So that was my side deck. 15 cards. I probably wouldn't change anything out of the side deck. All these cards, you know, were pretty good. Came in clutch. Yep. So that is my deck profile for my Undefeated Charity Event Hero deck. Appreciate everybody for staying a while to listening to my ramblings and explanations of my cards and such. Y'all let me know, you know, what do y'all think of my build? Like, if you had to build heroes and you couldn't play Fusion Destiny, you couldn't play Dark Angel, you couldn't play, you know, Dark Law, like, is this the way you would build it, or would you go like the other route? Y'all see that like sometimes in this format I actually play Cosmos Neos, but I really wanted to, you know, win the charity event. Like, this was my first time like playing in one, so I was concerned about drawing Ferris and then drawing Neospatians to go with it. And I was like, yeah, you can't discard this Neospatian to activate my Ferris effect. And I feel like Ferris is probably like, outside of Stratos, he's like our best card right now. So, you know, I wanted to give myself a chance to really have a chance to win this charity event, you know, and we went and did that, you know. Yep. So That is reason why I didn't play Cosmos Neos. I just didn't want to be drawing the Neospatians and trying to pitch them off of Ferrets. I don't think my opponents would have let me get away with that one because they hate Ferrets just as much. So, yep, appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video.
And for me, my wingman, he come through, he level up, he go cool, he's shining out and popping to over 9K, that's a breakthrough, we on top now, here's a look at our world.